All right, welcome back, everyone. We got T-Bone and the Fat Man. T-Bone, we got UFC Fight Night, Dos Anjos versus Fiziev. It's tomorrow night, Saturday, July 9th, 2022, 5 p.m. at the Apex in Vegas, baby. Everything's on ESPN and ESPN Plus, so
Yeah,
if you
good
got
stuff.
cable or if you got ESPN Plus, you can watch them all. No pay-per-view on this one. How you doing, man?
Very good.
Ready into this one?
Yeah, great
All right.
card.
We got Fiziev, 29 out of Thailand, 5'8", 155, 71 and a half inch reach, 11 and 1. 7 months since his last fight. He's 5-0 in the UFC. Minus 210 favorite, $9,000 on DraftKings. Only 65.02 DK points per contest. However, he's taking on one of my personal favorites, Rafael Dos Anjos. Old man, 37 out of Brazil. 5'8", 156, 70 inch reach, 31 and 13. 4 months since his last fight. He is on a 2-fight winning streak. Plus 175 dogs, $7,200 for the ex-champ, 77.41 DK points per contest. T-Bone, take it away, man. This is a good one.
Yeah, I'll start with the battle of the Hafas. Rafael Fiziev, we'll start with him. Fiziev, he's going to be more of a striker on the feet, very heavy Muay Thai background from him, strict Muay Thai competitions, then he kind of transitioned over MMA. Also has a little bit of Sambo in the background there, wrestling, if you will. Rafael Fiziev, he's going to be looking to strike pretty heavily on the feet with Dos Anjos. Likes to throw a lot of hand combinations and some hard kicks behind those. The kicks are really good weapon from him, very snappy, thunderous kicks that have a lot of power behind them as well. Blasts the body, legs, goes up high. Really good fakes and feints from him. Occasionally you'll see him though, if it gets a little bit later in the fight, he gets a little bit more of a brawly style mode where he's willing to take damage to return damage. Not the best strategy, but he's got pretty good stand-up striking for that. He can usually make do with that. On the ground, he's looking for just generic type submissions, rear naked choke, armbar from the back. He's going to have pretty good fundamental jiu-jitsu going there. Good control from him on the ground, like a turtle position he likes to go to, throw a lot of ground and pound there. Like I said, if anybody's trying to stand up or they expose like hooks, he'll hop on the back, look for rear naked chokes as well. Overall, Fiziev, he's going to be a very good striker on the feet, has some pretty good grappling to complement it. The wrestling is also really good from him. Moving to Rafael Dos Anjos. Rafael Dos Anjos, kind of in that UFC veteran status here, getting up there in age. Dos Anjos, southpaw stance. Pretty decent striking from him on the feet. Also likes hard kicks. His kicks aren't quite as pretty as Fiziev's. Dos Anjos, he's going to be throwing a lot of hard southpaw body kicks to the liver, trying to beat that up. Goes to the legs as well. Earlier in his career, he used to beat up people's legs pretty good. Had some pretty high volume of low kicks on him. Elbows are decent from him. A little bit tough in some spots though, where he throws his weight a little bit too much in there and gets off balance. Dos Anjos, boxing wise, that's kind of his main weakness in the striking realm of things. Usually eats a lot of damage. He's pretty good at keeping himself conscious though and trying to find a clinch off of that. But boxing wise, he likes to play that a little bit too much and gets a little bit wild with that. Grappling wise though, Dos Anjos looks to push you against the fence. Looks for double legs, single legs. He's really good at getting his double legs from the cage, getting to a good secure position on top. A lot of good fence wrestling in particular from Dos Anjos. On the ground, he's really good jiu-jitsu player, good submission grappling from him. You're going to see him get submissions from all over. Could be leg lock, could be an arm bar, could be a choke, could be some sort of compression. Dos Anjos, very good on the ground, very good fighter. Overall, both guys are great fighters in this one. I've been bit in the ass a couple times for taking him, but I'm going Rafael Dos Anjos on this one. I do think he's got, I think the grappling's going to be a huge asset here. He does, like I said, like to box a little bit too much. That occasionally gets him in danger, but I think he's going to be able to get to a clinch, get it to the ground, get it in favor in a good position for him.
I love it.
I think Rafael Dos Anjos,
Yep.
I think he probably gets I go with like a fourth round submission finish over Fiziev in this one.
Well, I mean, you look at Fiziev, whose last name starts with Fizz. not too enticing. He
Yeah.
beat Brad Riddell, Bobby Green, Hanato Moicano. I mean, names Mark Dye, Casey, Alex White, right? Look at Dos Santos line of work, man. I mean, he's getting older. I get it. He beat Hanato Moicano last time out. Paul Felder. He lost to Kios and Leon Edwards. Badass guys. Kevin Lee he beat. Lost to Kamaru Usman, unanimous decision. Colby Covington. Everybody knows his name. He beat Lawler. He beat Magny. I mean, I think the body of work just speaks for itself. I love that call. I think I like RDA on this one as well.
All right.
All right, moving on. We got who's this guy? Kaya Barello, 29, out of Brazil, 5'10", 185 and a half, 75-inch reach, 11-1, 1 no contest, 3 months since his last fight. He's 1-0 in the UFC, minus 190 favorite, $8,900, 77.13 DK points per contest. He's taking an Arman Petrosian, 31, out of Armenia. I don't know where that says, Transylvania. 6'2", 185 and a half, 71-inch reach, 7-1, 5 months since his last fight. He's on a 3-fight winning streak. He's 1-0 in the UFC. He's a plus 160 dog, $7,300, 81 DK points per contest. T-Bone, know anything about these two clowns?
Yeah, I'll start with Caio Baralho. Baralho, he's going to be a pretty good fighter overall. A little bit more grappling heavy you're going to see from him. Striking though on the feet's pretty stellar as well. Usually pretty good boxing style from him, maybe an occasional low kick. Like see it in tight, kind of close distance and throw big shots inside in a tight space there. You look dirty boxing, hooks. He might go sharp, short hooks, couple wide hook, kind of bait you with those when he's inside. Just kind of work almost like a Nate Diaz, not quite as much volume on that inside, but he'll throw some sharp stuff in between his loopy stuff there. On the ground, that's where Baralho gets even better. Really good submission style on top position from him. He's looking to keep heavy pressure, pin you on the ground, kind of wear the weight. Might get a little bit of snip elbows in there against people, post on their face, drop the elbow, things like that you'll see from him. Usually sets up like arm bars. He'll go for mounted triangles, arm triangles too. You'll see him go through all kinds of things. If he's on bottom position, he's usually looking for more of like a sweeping style guard, so he's not going to like try to hold on or kick away. He's usually looking to try to keep it in the grappling, try to sweep you back on your back so he can get back on top. Moving to Arman Petrosian. Arman Petrosian, believe younger brother of one of the better kickboxers of all time. Petrosian's gonna have really good striking.
Brother Petrosian?
Petrosian. On the feet, he's gonna have really stellar striking. We saw that. I think it was his UFC debut. He had really good crisp striking. I think that went 3 rounds if I remember correctly. Very good technical striking though from him. A lot of hard shots, the ability to hurt people on the feet. Also good at finding range, moving in range. Took a couple big shots in that one too. Got in danger but kind of overcame that. Shook off the UFC jitters. In the ground, that's going to be obviously his biggest hole in this one. He's not going to have a whole lot going for ground game in this. He's going to be trying to get back up to his feet. I suppose if all else fails, he's probably just going to hold on to position on the ground and try to just defend from strikes that could potentially hurt him there. Overall, both guys are really good fighters. Baralho's got the grappling. Petrosian's got the striking. Baralho's a little bit more complete here. Yep. Caio Baralho's a little bit more complete here. I think he's got good enough striking to present dangers to Petrosian, but he's not doesn't have bad fight IQ, so he's going to go for that takedown and get to the ground. I think he probably finds a submission sometime in the second.
Really?
Yep.
And Rafael RDA was 4th round?
4th.
All right, moving on. We got Saeed Nurmagomedov, 30 years old, out of Russia, 5'8", 135 and a half, 70-inch reach, 15-2, 6 months since his last fight. He's on a 2-fight winning streak. Minus 250 favorite, $9,200, 88.56 DK points per contest, not bad. T-Bone, he's taking on Douglas Silva de Andrade,
Yep.
37, out of Brazil, 5'7", 135 and a half, 68 and a half inch reach, 28-4 and 1 no contest. 5 months since his last fight. He's on a 2-fight winning streak as well. Plus 200 dogs, $7,000. Only 58.92 DK points per contest, but man, Nurmagomedov name says it all, and he's a big favorite here. What's your take on this one, kid?
Yeah, I'll start with Saeed Nurmagomedov. Obviously, like I said, that last name, everybody's going to know it. Nurmagomedov, he's going to be a really good grappler on the ground. That's his big thing, is like that chain grappling, not even wrestling really. He kind of mixes in jiu-jitsu really nicely with that as well, and judo, like trips, shots like double legs, single legs on the ground. He's looking for submissions, front headlock stuff, arm bars, leg locks. You see him mixing a bunch of different things there. On the feet, that's where Saeed's got a little bit less competence, I'd say. I mean, he's still really good there. It's usually just a lot of straight boxing from him, 1 to 4 punch combinations, really crisp, straight lines. He usually likes to keep like center of the cage, try to just keep himself in that position the whole time, keep the other person on the back foot. Throws an occasional hard kick here and there too, likes to attack the legs, body, head. Occasionally throw like a spin kick, spin and hook kick, something like that. Something a little bit more flavor on it, if you will.
So he's a cousin, though, right? Not a
I
brother?
believe so. Yeah,
Alright,
yeah, I
alright.
believe so.
Sorry about the interruption.
Yeah. Nurmagomedov, overall, really good fighter. That chain grappling though is the big resource for him.
It's huge.
Moving to Douglas Silva de Andrade. Douglas Silva de Andrade. He's going to have decent striking on the feet. That's kind of his main thing. A lot of power in his hands and his strikes. He's got the ability to knock people out with one shot. Very fast guy as well. Big overhands from him and hooks. That's usually what he hits people with. Has weird timing on it. Almost similar to Borralio, where he likes to throw the big loopy shots, then comes in with some short, sharp hooks. You'll see Andrade do that a lot. In the grappling department, he's got good grappling as well. Likes the body lock, trying to get some sort of body fold takedown, maybe trip you down to the ground there, control you, hop on the back, look for a rear naked choke. Overall, both guys are really good fighters in this one. Both guys are mainly grapplers, despite the odds even in this one. I do think Saeed Nurmagomedov does get the victory in this one. I think it goes 3 rounds where he wins a unanimous decision.
Man. You know, I don't know. Saeed doesn't seem that impressive, and Andrade looks just fine.
Main thing for me for Andrade, I mean, even though Dos Anjos also 37, Andrade's 37, his big thing is grappling, and I think Saeed's going to be able to win the grappling exchanges.
Okay, fair enough. Moving on, we got a fucking great one here, kid. We got Jared Vanderup,
There we go.
30 out of California, 6'4", 263.5, 80-inch reach, 12-8, 3 months since his last fight. He's on a 3-fight losing streak. Minus 180 favorite, $8,600. A whopping 29.21 DK points per contest. He's taking on the amazing Chase Sherman, 32 out of Missouri, 6'4", 253, 78-inch reach, 15-10, 3.5 months since his last fight. 4-fight losing streak himself. Plus 155 dogs, $7,600, 41.38 DK points per contest. Man, T-Bone, Chase Sherman, let me go real quick. He stepped up, couple months back to take on Alexander Romanov, and he got his fucking ass handed to him. Hey, kudos for you, Chase, to step up, but I don't know. I don't know how Vander is a favorite here at 29.21 points DraftKings. Sherman, but he's facing Chase Sherman too, and I'm beside myself here. I don't even know how this is on the card.
Yeah.
Take
This
it away.
is a
Take it away.
you know, on paper it's like the definition of a slobber knocker. Both guys aren't super. I mean, they have technique, but they don't get super technical when you're watching the fights. Kind of in that weird 50 percentile range, 12-8, 15-10 for records respectively apiece. There, it's gonna be a fun one though. We'll start with
Big boys.
Jared Vanderup. Jared Vanderup, very similar skill set to Chase Sherman here. Likes to throw a lot of heavy punching combinations on the feet. Usually it starts a little bit technical, some jabs, but then once it lands a jab, he's going to start throwing overhands, hooks, uppercuts, dirty box. Might see an occasional knee from him if he gets to the back of the head there, that collar tie, launch a hard knee to the body. And then probably proceed to rush against the cage there, kind of look for body locks. This is where the skills kind of differ though from Sherman here. Vanderup does like to kind of trip down, maybe drop for single legs, double legs, and he'll pretty decently has pretty decent success rather with those takedowns. Can get you to the ground and in a heavy top position where he's just kind of chipping away with the ground and pound on top there. Overall, a really fun fighter to watch. Moving to Chase Sherman. Chase Sherman, like I said, very similar to Vandera's skill set.
Watch gives his ass kicked or what?
Yeah, Sherman I'd say has a little bit more volume though on the feet in terms of like straight jabs, things like that, straight punches, not the power shots. You'll see Sherman pop jabs a lot of times, maybe throw an occasional like front push kick. Once he gets in range, he does the same thing, overhands, hooks, uppercuts. You're going to see him throwing all the loopy shots. A lot of power. He's willing to get hit to throw a big shot. On the ground, that's kind of where Sherman's going to die out a little bit more here. He doesn't really aggress and go for takedowns at all. He's usually on the receiving end of takedowns. If he's on the ground, he's looking to push off your head, stand back up against the fence. If his cardio's low, he's just going to kind of relax there and rest. Sherman, if he gets on top of you, he's looking to just apply pressure for the most part. Maybe look to set up a couple submissions like an arm triangle on top. Overall, both guys are really good fighters. I do have to go with the favorite, Jared Vanderaa.
You gotta be fucking shitting me, dude.
I think the grappling's the big differentiator in this one. Records are quite similar, right? 12-18, 15-10.
Yep.
Vanderaa, like I said, just a little bit more emphasis in the grappling department. I think he can get there with Chase Sherman. I think Vanderaa probably wins this one by unanimous decision.
Well, what's with the grappling then? I mean, Sherman just lost the last two fights, rear naked choke Americana, but he did take on Alexander Romanov.
Yeah.
I think this guy's got some fucking momentum. I mean, I can't, DraftKings wise, I can't put Vanderaa on my fucking card. 29.21 DK points per contest.
I think.
I mean, I know you're breaking it down, but I mean, I'm thinking DraftKings wise. You know.
I mean, when you're just looking at stats wise, but I do think Vanderaa gets you a lot more than.
What does he get? What does he get? 50 points?
Probably 70 or more.
70 points? Fuck, dude, you need like 680 points on to win a DraftKings contest. I don't know. I will enjoy this fight thoroughly. I promise you that.
Nice.
Moving on. I don't know how this is on the main card. We got Cynthia Calvillo, 34 out of Vegas, baby, 5'4", 126, 64-inch reach, 9-4-1. 8 months since her last fight. She's on a 3-fight losing streak. She's a minus 150 favorite, $8,500. 64.2 DK points per contest. I'll take her every day, all day over Jared Vanderaa. She's taking on Nina, formerly Ansaroff. No, Nina Nunes. 36, out of Florida, 5'5". She's coming up weight class from 115 to 125.5. 64-inch reach as well. 10-7. 15 months since her last fight. She's on a 2-fight losing streak. T-bone plus 125 dogs. $7,700. 50.41 DK points per contest. I mean, this is your lesbian fight of the night.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's still Pride Month, but that was last month, right?
Yeah, we can roll it over to the next month.
We still keep getting that the Trevor Project, right?
Right. Trevor Project. We're gonna break this down for Trevor's gonna break this
the real
down
Trevor Project, right?
Let's do it.
We'll start with Cynthia Calvillo. Cynthia Calvillo, kind of an anomaly in the UFC. Looked like a title contender at one point, kind of drops out, kind of pops in and out of that title contention type picture there. Calvillo. Really good volume striking on the feet and kind of clinch control, maybe the occasional takedown here and there, double, single legs, things like that. On the ground, she looks for kind of just loose top control, doesn't look to apply too much pressure. It's kind of moving from front headlocks around the legs, likes to use that turtle position, maybe roll you, go side control. She's kind of really mobile on the ground, but tries to stay on top of you for the most part. Striking wise, you're going to see her throw, like I said, high volume. Usually it's like 4 to 10 piece combinations. Not always the most technical, but she throws in a lot of shots there. Likes push kicks as well to keep people at range. Overall, really good fighter there. Moving to Nina Nunes. Or Ansaroff, if you like that better. Nunes.
Let's stick with Nunes.
Nunes, good striking on the feet.
Proper respect.
Really crisp. Throws in some pretty decent body kicks. Mixes that up. Occasionally goes low or high with those kicks. Good boxing from her, able to pop the jabs really nicely, and then 1-2s, nail people, kind of wobble them a little bit. Grappling wise, that's where Nunes is going to suffer a little bit more. Usually just looking to secure position. Kind of goes with the flow of the fight more than tries to dictate the pace. Usually ends up on her back looking for arm bars, triangles, guillotines, which she's pretty decent at finding. But top position wise, Nunes doesn't get there a lot, but if he is there, looking for top pressure, a couple elbows, yep. He's looking for top pressure, slicing some big elbows.
That's not right, bro.
Overall, really good fighter is Nunes.
Not really.
In this fight,
Too respectful.
they're both good fighters here, but I do think Cynthia Calvillo a little bit more controlling on the ground, wrestling wise. I think that's going to be the huge dictator in this one. I think Cynthia Calvillo wins a unanimous decision.
You know, you're too respectful, and I like it. Don't get me wrong, but it seems to me that both the Nunes gals, since they got married, have taken the shit in the octagon. Because Amanda, she hasn't looked the same.
Yeah, but I think they've been together for a while.
I don't think so.
Couple years, maybe.
Yeah, well, that's a couple years, couple fights, COVID. I was trying to look that up, and I didn't. And my hands weren't quick enough. Fat fingers, punching stuff. Not that answer I was any good anyway, but Nunes really took shit lady. All right, moving on. That's just my thought. We got Jamie Malarkey, 27 out of New South Wales, 6 foot tall, 155 and a half, 74 inch reach, 14-5, 4 months since his last fight, which was a loss. Minus 240 dog or favorite, $9,100, 69.81 DK points per contest. He's taking one of my favorites. I don't know why. Michael Johnson, 36 out of Florida, 5'10", 155 and a half, 73 and a half inch reach, 20-17 is Michael Johnson. 2 months since his last fight, but it was a win. Plus 200 dog, $7,100, 51.95 DK points per contest. Michael Johnson making a run at the title. What do you got here?
Yeah, very interesting fight here. I'll start with Jamie Malarkey. Jamie Malarkey kind of popped out of nowhere. Heavy underdog in most all of his fights. Now you see that he's the favorite in this one. Malarkey kind of rose to the occasion in those. Really good grit and determination. Can take a big shot and has a smart fight IQ. Jumps into the clinch position, gets takedowns, clinches up if he's hurt. On the feet, very gritty, big shots from him, almost like a Nico Price, where he's kind of looping, maybe like a Dustin Poirier, a lot of load up on the shots, but he really makes it work nice. Beats people up, keeps a high pace, high volume going. Grappling wise, it's going to be tough for people to deal with as well. If he gets you in the clinch, he's like I said, he's lowering levels, getting that shot, getting the takedown there. Ends in top position, throws down elbows, looks for guillotines, arm bars, arm triangles. He'll look for a bunch of things. Overall, Malarkey, really good fighter. Smart fight IQ from him. Moving to Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson, also an anomaly. Getting towards the end of his career, lots of fights, almost 40 fights for him professionally. Michael Johnson, southpaw stance. Heavy hands, heavy kicks. He kind of has like a kickboxing style more to him. Really good at landing straight punches, especially his crosses too. He can wobble people, hurts them. Very explosive guy, especially in that first round. Big things that have always gotten him though is his own chin and then grappling, right? Sometimes he gets a little bit brawly. People tag him with a hard shot and that kind of wilts him, and then they start beating up on him, get the KO, TKO. Or sometimes he just gets hit with a lights out shot and gets bananaed there. Michael Johnson on the ground, he's pretty decent at getting to like a half guard or shrimping back to closed guard.
We talking
but
about?
Doesn't Michael Johnson?
All right.
But doesn't really end up too much in good positions. I think last fight he actually did do probably the best I've seen in his career, getting get back into his feet to stand up and throw shots there. Overall, very interesting fight in this one. I do like the old favorite here. I like Michael Johnson in this one. Michael Johnson, he's had some great performances, but it's his chin that's been letting him down in a lot of his losses. Michael Johnson, when he gets going, he can usually end up winning there. Even with Malarkey's grappling, I think Michael Johnson probably finds a first round KO, TKO over Malarkey.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you look at Michael Johnson, I mean, big fans. He beat Dustin Poirier.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking this 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Lost to Habib, lost to Gaethje, lost to Darren Elkins. That's terrible. Had a couple fights against Andre Fili and Artem Lobov, won them. Lost to Josh Emmett, bad loss, I think. Stevie Ray, I don't know, I think he's dead. Thiago Moises and Clay Guida. But he did come back and knocked out Alan Patrick his last time out. I like that call. Not a big fan of James Malarkey at $9,100 especially on DraftKings. All right, let's go on. Moving on, we got Ricky Tercios, 29 out of California. It's only a guy out of Cali. 5'9", 135 and a half, 72-inch reach, 11-2, 11 months since his last fight. He's on a 2-fight winning streak. He's 1-0 in the UFC. Minus 190 favorite, $8,800, 119.76 DK points for contest. T1, you got to get excited about that for DraftKings wise. He's taking on who's this guy? Alaman Zahabi, 34 out of Canada, dude. He can't fight out of Canada. We already talked about this. 5'8", 135 and a half, 68-inch reach, 8-2, 17 months since his last fight, which is a win. He had to recover after a win for 17 months, dude, because he's a Canadian. Plus 155 dogs, $7,400, 51.55 PK points per contest. T-Bone, do you like the guy out of Cali or do you like the guy out of Canada?
Yeah, we'll start with Ricky Tercios. Tercios, very good fighter, striking particularly on the feet, very explosive. Very explosive, fast guy, fast twitch muscles. Lands in a lot of 3-punch combinations, like a 1-2-3, 2-3-2, things like that. He'll go in and out with his movement. Tercios, explosive as well. Has some good like hip tosses in the clinch position. Occasionally he'll drop levels, but not too much. Usually likes to keep himself a little bit more postured up there. On the ground, looks for just ground and pound. Very heavy elbows, punches. Will take an arm triangle or submission if it presents itself, but usually just rains down ground and pound. Looking for finishes. Tercios, really good fighter overall. Moving to Ayman Zahabi. Ayman Zahabi, brother of Faharis Zahabi.
I love that guy. He owes me money.
Zahabi, really technical fighter, especially well-rounded overall, striking and on the ground. Zahabi, though, a little bit of a slow starter and the slow finisher. Has a good second round typically, but the first and third rounds are usually trouble for him.
Slow starter, fast finished.
Fast finish. Zahabi, though, very technical, has everything fundamental, good feints, good fakes, good poppy straight jabs from him, and then follows up with twos, can land those really nicely. Just a little bit lethargic and slow in general. In that second round, that's when he kind of picks up the pace. He'll start hurting guys, finding good body shots, low kicks, fake legs, going for a takedown, land an uppercut, hook, things like that. In the third round, that's when you kind of see him fade again. He usually just kind of wilts a little bit. We've just seen that pattern. He could have fixed that by now, but that's just a general thing we've noticed about him. Overall, both guys are pretty decent fighters here. I do think Ricky Tercios probably finds a finish in this one by KO, TKO in the second round.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you said something that I want you to elaborate on a little bit. Fast twitch muscle. What is that? How do you gain that? And is there any benefit to have a slow twitch muscle when I reach for my beer?
So fast twitch, just quicker muscle fibers, right? You have slow, I forget which one's which. There's like type 1, type 2 or whatever.
But there is ways to train those, right?
Yeah, yep. You just train quickness, speed, agility.
How do you train those?
Jumping,
do you know?
sprints, just quickness. You can't just be doing slow.
Is there exercises to train those in particular?
Yeah, you could sprint, like I said, you could jump.
For the kids out there and the women that are watching
Hey,
this.
no, you could look that up on YouTube. You can sprint, you can do jumps, just quick footwork drills. If you're weightlifting,
is it more reaction?
If you're weightlifting, it's like powerlifting.
Is it reaction muscle more than anything?
Yeah, almost.
Alright. I like it. No problem. I wasn't trying to put you on the spot there. I was just curious myself. Now we got Antonina Shevchenko, 37 out of Peru, 5'8", sister of the champion, 124.5, 68-inch reach, 9-4, 9 months since her last fight. She's on a 2-fight losing streak. Is that right? I thought she won one. I thought she won one. Minus 175 favorite, 8,700 bucks, 53.34 DK points per contest. That's terrible. She's taking Courtney Casey, 35 out of Arizona, 5'7", 126, 67-inch reach, 10-9. That's terrible. 8 months since her last fight, which is a win. However, plus 145, 7,500 bucks, 56.65 DK points per contest. T-Bone break this fight down for us, but I personally wouldn't put either one of these girls on my drafting card.
Yeah, let's start with Antonina Shevchenko. Antonina Shevchenko, good striking on the feet. That's going to be our main strength. Is particularly that tie clinch, throwing knees to the body, elbows there. At range, a lot of kicks from her, low kicks, push kicks, a lot of push, like snappy push kicks there, going to the face and whatnot. Shevchenko on the ground, she's looking usually on the back foot there, usually ends up on her back, looking for arm bars, triangles, submissions from the closed guard there. Shevchenko sometimes will walk to the cage, try to stand up there and get back to her feet so she can get back to striking. Like I said, though, usually holds on to the tie clinch, looks for knees there. Good fighter is Antonina Shevchenko.
Good.
Moving to Courtney Casey. Courtney Casey, she's going to have a more well-rounded skill set overall. Likes kind of a brawly boxing style. Really good kicks from her. She mixes her combos in nicely. Ends with a kick. Sometimes doesn't end with a kick. Casey in the clinch, she's going to look to drag it down to the ground. Find a backpack position. Take the back. Look for rear naked chokes. On the ground, Casey's good at moving from pin to pin, getting to a better position each time until she's in full mount or back mount, looking for a finish there, whether it be ground and pound or submission. Both girls are good fighters in this one. I do think worst record fighter here. I think Courtney Casey gets the job done in this one.
Really?
I think she finds a submission sometime late in the first round.
Really?
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, Shevchenko, man, 2 fights, 2 losses in a row, got finished both times. I don't know how the fuck she's a favorite. It's like the UFC's trying to set her up for glory. And they're not. All right, who's this guy? We got Trajan Gore, 28 out of South Carolina, 6 foot tall, 185.5, 75-inch reach, 3-1. 5 months since his last fight, which was a loss. So he's 3-1 as a professional. He lost his last fight. He's a minus 115 favorite, 8,300 bucks, only 40.88 DK points per contest. He's taking a Cody Brundage, 28 out of Colorado, 6 foot 0-0, 6 foot tall, we'll say, 185.5, 72-inch reach, 7-2, 4 months since his last fight, which is a win. He's a minus 105 slight dog, 7,900 bucks, 59.25 DK points per contest. T-Bone, this is a fucking wash. What do you got here?
Yes, sir. Trajan Gore. Trajan Gore likes to keep it striking on the feet. That's his big thing. Back to those fast twitch muscle fibers. He's got a lot of those.
Fat twist?
Very, very explosive. Hooks, uppercuts, straight shots from him. Technical fighter too. Uses his speed to good advantage there and power. Gore in the clinch, he'll usually look for an explosive, almost like a hip bump in a sense, like step in between the legs, just kind of turn you over. Doesn't look for anything too crazy technical, like a single leg, running the pipe, anything like that. He's going to look for body locks and just kind of turning you down to the ground there. Though on the feet, usually keeps it there pretty well. Big explosive power from him. Kicks, elbows, knees, punches. Pretty complete guy. Moving to Cody Brundage. Cody Brundage, he's going to be a little bit more of a well-rounded mixed martial arts style of fighter. Brundage has submission grappling is kind of his bigger skill set here. Likes to maintain front headlocks, get into snap down type positions, turn to the back there, look for ground and pound. If they stand up, get a single leg off of it. Just kind of keep it transitioning throughout the whole fight. Really a mobile fighter is Brundage. On the feet, really quick, sharp shots from him, 1-2, 1-2, things like that, really quick from him, you'll see. fake levels, throw overhands, things like that. Overall, both guys are really good fighters in this one. I think Trayshawn Gore probably finds a knockout in this one in the first round. A little bit more explosive, has really good left hooks, and
Really?
right hands there. I think he gets that first round KO.
You sure about this?
Yes.
A lot of money could be had with that
That's
information. All right, moving on. We got Brundage was a late replacement here
Yep.
too, so that might make sense. We got David Onama, 28 out of Missouri, 5'11", 145 and a half, 74-inch reach, 9-1, 5 months since his last fight, which was a win. He's a minus 750. I seen him as a minus 900 favorite. $9,300, 78.62 DK points per contest. That's not very good. But he's taking on Garrett Armfield on short notice. 25 years old, out of Florida, 5'7", coming up a weight class. He weighed in at 145, 71-inch reach, 8-2. 2 months since his last fight. This guy is on a 3-fight win streak. Plus
Yeah.
550 dog, $6,900, 0 DK points per contest. Brand new to the organization. T-Boom, man, this could be a make or break for DraftKings. What do you got?
Yeah, we'll start with David Onama. David Onama, very good fighter overall. Striking and grappling, but striking is a big thing from Onama. Very powerful, technical guy on the feet. Likes to come in with elbows if he's close in range. If he's out of range, he's throwing like kicks, push kicks, feints. He's doing a lot of things to keep you away. In the clinch position, a lot of hard knees, elbows from him. Moves from front headlocks to double legs. He'll move transition all over with his takedowns on the ground. Heavy ground and pound, quick stuff from him. Usually looks to set up a submission, like a darce off of that. Might throw knees to the body, things like that. Overall, another explosive guy here. That's a well-rounded fighter. Moving to Garrett Armfield, the one
Armpit?
weird ass name. I don't know. Armfield.
Garrett Armfield.
Yep, he's a good fighter overall.
Really?
Yep.
You know this?
Yep.
You
I
wanna
know this
ask him?
for a fact.
All right.
Yep.
Break it down.
Garrett Armfield, good, well-rounded fighter as well. Really high pace from him on the feet, good volume. On the ground, he's looking for just transitioning to position there. Pretty mobile guy, not really top heavy pressure, try to keep you in one position. He'll sometimes give up position just to look for a submission there, right? Fall to his back for triangles and arm bars. Not necessarily the best strategy, but he uses that pretty effectively at times. Overall, great fighters are both guys here. I don't think this is a make it card. I think this is a break it card. I think David Onama is going to break your DraftKings bank on this one. I think he gets the win sometime in the second round by KO TKO.
Nice. All right. We got 2 fights up. We got Kennedy Nzechukwu, 30, out of Texas, 6'5", tall dude, 205, 83-inch reach, 9-3, 4 months since his last fight. T-Bone, he's on a 2-fight losing streak, minus 115 slight favorite, $8,200, only 47.81 DK points per contest. He's taking on Kyle Roberson, 31 out of New Jersey, 6'1", 202 and a half, 74-inch reach. 9-5, 4 months his last fight, 3-fight losing streak, minus 105 dog, $8,000, only 40.97 DK points per contest. T1, man, Roberson's given up. What the fuck is that? 9-inch reach,
Yeah.
4-inch height. Neither one of these guys score very good.
No, yeah.
Take it away.
Yeah, we'll start with Kennedy Nzechukwu.
What? Nzechukwu?
Yep, Nzechukwu. Nzechukwu. I've heard John Anik say that, right? So that's what I'm transitioning to.
Well, now we're going off of John Anik's bullshit.
Nzechukwu.
I like it.
He's gonna be a rangy fighter on the feet. This is a big thing. A lot of kicks from him, punches as well. Elbows, knees. If he's in the clinch, he likes to tie clinch. He's really similar to Antonina Shevchenko, like that.
Oh, you're comparing him
tie
to
plum. You know,
Shevchenko.
elbows.
Oh boy,
elbows and
he's
knees.
coming for you, fucker. He's coming for
Grappling
you.
wise, Nzechukwu usually gets into like a single leg, double leg type thing. Doesn't always finish it. Sometimes falls down to his knees trying to get those. Really struggles for the takedown. But if he can get that takedown, He usually starts chucking elbows or looking for ground and pound right away.
9-3
Sometimes gives
system,
people
sorry.
the ability to stand back to the feet there. Overall, Kennedy Nzechukwu is a very fun fighter to watch.
Yeah, so he lost 3 fights in a row. That's pretty fun.
Moving to Carl Roberson. Carl Roberson, shorter guy definitely, but really technical fighter, both striking and grappling wise. He'll move in and out with movement. Has trouble defensively striking a lot. He'll get hit with stuff. Usually looks for like double body lock style clinch, get you down to the ground. Looking for his punishing positions on top, maybe like a crucifix, where he can drop some elbows, some hammer fists, things like that. Roberson on the feet, overhands, hooks, couple straight punches, jabs usually to try to get in. He'll eat a lot of damage though on the feet as well. Overall, both guys great fighters in this one. I think the short guy, Carl Roberson, gets the job done. I think
What?
it goes to decision where he kind of just beats up Nzechukwu from the takedowns.
Wow. Wow. I'm surprised at that. I like it. I agree with that. Moving on, we got Ronnie Lawrence, our last fight of the night, first fight of the night. 30 years old out of Tennessee. Now, that's not good. 5'8", 135 and a half, 70 and a half inch reach, 8-1. 5 months since his last fight. He's on a 5-fight winning streak. Minus 125 favorite, $8,400. 133.17 DK points for contest. You out of your fucking mind. Who's this guy? Sad Yakub Kakramanov.
Cock.
Kakramanov.
Cock for short.
Hey, Cocky. 26 out of California. 5'8", 136, 69 inch reach, 9-2, 11 months since his last fight. He's on 3-fight winning streak, plus 105 slight dog, $7,800, 88.81 DK points for contest, man. Sign me up for Kakarana. What do you got?
We'll move to Ronnie Lawrence to start this. Ronnie Lawrence.
No,
good,
start with Kakarana.
No, because I got to try to get ready to pronounce this cock full of name here. Ronnie Lawrence, really good fighter. Again, everybody great fighters right now.
Everybody can fight with
top
him, UFC, dude.
Top tier. Ronnie Lawrence, though, well-rounded guy overall. Grappling and striking. Good straight punches from him. Hard low kicks. You'll see him throw a lot. Grappling-wise, has a good mix of wrestling and jiu-jitsu. Usually will hop on the back, maybe look for rear naked chokes, dart chokes, arm bars. You'll see him hop on a lot of things. Might occasionally drop for leg locks. So that's the thing to watch for if he gives up position for that. Right, get eating up some ground and pound there potentially. Oh man, moving to Saeed Yakub Haramanov. Right? Both the K's are silent. Haramanov.
All
He's
right.
going to be a pretty good fighter himself overall here. Good striking on the feet, very explosive guy, dynamic, high pace, high volume. Good reads from him, able to feint people out and then land like a couple of good combinations. Has a couple of Lomachenko style moments where he can kind of get around the corner on people and land some hard crosses on them, things like that.
You work on that shit?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah. In the grappling end of things, you're going to see him kind of going for the standard, though. A double
Work on
leg,
that
single leg. Yep.
All right.
Standard. On the ground, he's looking for top position, guard, half guard, side control, getting the ground and pound, getting the submissions there. Overall, both guys great fighters in this one. I do like the underdog in this one.
Really?
Haramanov, I think he gets probably a second round finish over Ronnie Lawrence by KO TKO.
Cock Ramanov. I love it.
Cock Ramanov.
I love
Cock
it, man.
Ramanov.
Well, no offense, hey, I love your name. I wish I had that name. My name's Schultz.
Schultz.
Fuck, what do you do with that shit? All right, man. I love the breakdown. Excellent take on it. Let's move on to our next segment. T-Bone's takedown. T-Bone, is there any Russians on here? We got takedowns going on. What's going on?
There is
That's
Russians
that's
on
points
here.
for DraftKings. Break it down for me.
Yeah, we got some couple interesting potential things for takedowns here. I got to go with them because he's the main event here. I think Rafael Dos Anjos is your takedown guy. He's really good at getting doubles and singles. I think if that Fiziev fight goes 4 rounds, I think Dos Anjos gets you tons of takedowns.
All right, T-Bone's tranquilizers. T-Bone, who's going to fucking sleep on this?
Who's going to sleep?
Is there a knockout
Everybody.
here? Is there a knockout? Well, besides me.
Yeah,
That pass out. Who's going to sleep here?
Who's going to sleep here? Ooh,
Sherman? No, he's decision.
This is
Malarkey
tough.
going 9-8. What do you got here, kid?
Yeah, we'll go with the Malarkey. I didn't want to pick him because I like Malarkey a little bit, but
Well, pick somebody else.
Michael Johnson. Nope, that's the one. Michael Johnson. I think he probably gets because he's got a lot of power for that division, a lot of power in his hands. I think he puts him Malarkey to sleep.
All right. And what fight puts you to sleep?
Which fight
There's
puts
a lot of
me
them,
to
too.
sleep?
There's 3 chick fights, right?
There is Calvillo Nunes. That one's putting me to sleep.
Yeah.
It's kind of like in a weird lull spot. You just watch Michael Johnson get the best knockout ever, and then you kind of move to that, and then you have the Vander Sherman, which could be
1,
fun.
2,
but
3, 4. Why are they on the main card? That's fucking insane, dude. All right. Porno edition, T-boned up. T-bone, tell me which fight you're most pumped about. on
Which
this
fight
card.
am I most pumped out?
Yep.
Well, obviously, I would skip the main event because that's kind of the obvious choices in these
It
ones.
seems like it, but I'm usually passed out, so I would definitely never pick a main event.
Malarkey Johnson. I want to see Michael Johnson get back to his former glory.
I would love that too. All right, so we got let's go with T-Bone's treasure. T-Bone, DraftKings wise. T-Bone, who you guaranteeing every card?
Guaranteed.
Load up.
Every
Load
card.
up. Come on, you gotta have something for me, dude. Shevchenko?
The card himself from the beginning of the fight card.
What?
Karamanov.
Kakmamanov. I love it. I love it. All right, let's go with T-Bone's trash. Who's a piece of shit? Don't put him on any card.
Don't put him on a card.
Or her.
Or
I'm
her.
not trying to be,
Yep.
sexist.
Antonina Shevchenko.
Shevchenko, yeah.
I think even if somehow I don't think she beats Casey, I think Casey probably gets a finish in that one. I think even if it went to decision where Shevchenko's winning, you're just not getting anywhere
Points.
near. Yeah, it's just not worth it.
Yeah, all right. I love it. I love it. Anything else to add? We'll be here next week. We got like how many weeks? How many weeks in a row?
Like 7 or 8, 9, something that
all right,
range.
so you see us every week. You'll see our mugs every week. T-Bone, great breakdown. I love it. For T-Bone, I'm the
That's a
fat
fat
man.
man.
We're out. Peace.